Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise. He is the flash in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, keep easy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Gold in the building, bro. What's good?
Man, what's happening? What's popping? What it do? What it do, man? As you know, man, we like to shoot from the hip, man. It's Tuesday night. We chilling with the folks. What's good with y'all, man? What's up with y'all, man?
Man, we hitting the people with the rare Tuesday night delight black party. Hey, man, so look, whenever we don't cover Raw or SmackDown or AEW on the day it's supposed to be done, we do a little thing, man, where we summarize everything and we shoot from the hip. And with that being said, we are going to do nothing less than that today. And by the way, we got Earl in the building. Earl, what's up, baby? What's good?
Earl, what up, man? What up, Earl?
Yes, sir. One of
The
the
booth is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
GOWOGs in the building. We appreciate you. All right. So
Earl,
yesterday,
you know what? You know what I
what's
always
up?
wanted to ask you, Earl. I wanted to always ask Earl, man. Earl, what is your finishing move, man? What is the Earl the Booth? What is Earl the Man Booth finishing move? What are you putting? How are you putting dudes to sleep, man? How you putting them cats to sleep and KOing them and winning matches, man? I want to know, Earl.
Hey, man. You know what's crazy? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking
What's
this
up?
finishing move would be the Pearl. We got Earl the Pearl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
But
saying?
what would that be, man? Is that a like is that like a power bomb? Is that like a what would that be, man? Like Earl, like he about to put the finishing move and win that championship. Like what is Earl finna do, man? Like I want to know.
I don't know, man. That is a. You know what, Earl?
You
Talk
got
to
to
us.
answer that. Yeah, you got to talk to us, man. You got to let us know,
Talk
Earl.
to us, talk to us, talk to us. All right, man. But look, so last night we started off Monday Night Raw. We had Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman starting the show off. Roman, he doing his one two. He's talking his trash on Kevin Owens. He's talking his trash on John Cena. And you know what? Roman Reigns says, "Hey, you know what, KO? This supposed to be your home. This supposed to be your show. Well, I'm gonna show you the bloodline. We run this. We got everybody
Hmm.
everywhere." And they just start beating the holy hell out of Ali. Andre Chase, for some odd reason, was backstage. Bang! Got his ass whipped. Elias, guitar,
He was supposed
no
to have a
elevation
match
fight.
apparently. He was supposed to
Bang!
have a match apparently on Raw. Chase was supposed to have a match on Raw or something.
Was he? Well, guess what? He got his ass whooped. But let's take a pause in this and give a 30-second commercial because Earl says his finishing move, man, he's always been a fan of the Razor's Edge. So you know what we're gonna call that?
Mm.
Okay, we got the Razor's Edge. Uh, uh, hmm, hmm, Give me a second, because
The toe booth. It's called
oh,
the toe booth. It's called
the
the
toe
toe
booth.
booth, baby.
Yeah,
There it is. The toe booth, baby.
because just like them toes, they gonna take your ass for a ride. I like it.
Man, there it is. The toe
Yeah,
booth. All right, there
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay,
I like that. The
okay,
toe booth.
okay. I like that. I like that. The races. I like that. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see
Oh
that.
my God! He kicks him in the midsection. Earl lifts him up. Bang! He hits him with the toe booth. Pay your taxes. One, two, three.
Pay your taxes, you stupid.
He slapped the coins on his ass.
Oh snap, man. Oh man.
Oh man!
You gotta
Hey,
you gotta pay the toll to get across, baby. You gotta pay the toll, man. You gotta pay the
hey,
toll,
this is
baby.
why our shows never go 10 minutes like you saying. I can see that on Celebrity Deathmatch right now.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh
booth.
man, wait till some more man, wait till Leo and all them get on here. I'm gonna ask them the same question. I wanna know what they finishing movie is.
Oh my God. Okay, so we had that. Then we had the first match of the night, man. We got Balor and Priest representing the Judgment Day versus the Street Profits. I hated how the match ended. I mean, the Profits ended up picking up the victory. I just hated the way it ended. And then of course you and I we was talking off air. Rhea Ripley ended up slapping the hell out of Tozawa. The Street Profits ended up provoking Tozawa. Ripley and Tozawa ended up having a match. I didn't like it. You said for comedy reasons
It
and
was
other
funny. It was
you didn't
stupidly
mind.
funny to me.
So, first, I want to ask you, what did you think of the tag match between the Profits and the Judgment Day? And then, of course, talk about Rhea and Tozawa and why Too Cold liked it.
The tag match was basic tag. Street Profits got the victory, which was cool. As far as especially with the shenanigans of Dom getting I guess, alcohol thrown in his face, as they were trying to say. Uh, a repeat of what happened to him last week. Um, but then to see Ripley just kind of like, she's like, you threw water, you threw something in my man's face, and just walked up and just bitch slapped Tozawa. It
Yeah,
was like, damn. And then it was like, and then to see the street profits like, oh, you gonna let her do that? You gonna let her just smack you like that and punk you out like that? And it's like, oh, why y'all about to talk this man to an ass whooping? So it made me want to watch him get his ass whooped, which he did. And like I said, it wasn't nothing great. It was stupid funny to me. And just all the little shenanigans that was happening because they were, they definitely they oversold Tozawa, like like he had a fighting chance, like
yeah.
oh my god, like Tozawa was about to get an upset, like damn, like y'all really built that like that, like and it was cool, it was like I said, it was stupid, but it was entertaining for the most part, and then but see Ripley, for me to see Ripley. Uh, Being 100% and being back to that dominant force that we know she can be. I was definitely more happy of just seeing that, just seeing her move, take moves, and just do a little bit of different stuff. So other than that, man, it was stupid, it was silly, but yeah, Ripley got the victory.
Two things. So Earl says, "I waiting on Hunter to allow one of the men to power bomb Ripley." I think Ripley is one of those women you can get away with that just because her build and she's naturally so strong. Uh she's not all dainty and everything like that. So I mean, she's believable to
I
take.
don't think it'd be a power bomb. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a power bomb. It'd be something a little bit
I don't
less.
know Randy Orton, RKO, Nia Jax. I
I
think
mean,
that's a little.
RKO is a little different than a power bomb. RKO is different than a power bomb, man. Because a power bomb, you being lifted up, and more likely if
Right.
that person's really
So
tall,
hey, hey.
and you
So
being
basically,
slammed down.
what you telling me is we ain't gonna get no last ride from hell to Rhea Ripley.
Nah, not from the Undertaker rise, but I can see something kind of happening to her, man. I don't know, but I'm not sure of what yet or who's gonna be done by. I mean, maybe if Judgment Day cross paths with the Bloodline, maybe she'll get a one and done. I don't know, or I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? I didn't plan on talking about this at long at all because I didn't really like the match. But okay, you and Earl semi convinced me. Got a question. So you know how we talked
What's
to like
up?
Eva Lees and Jordan Grace and Charles
Hmm.
McKenzie and a lot of the female talent. And one of the things we talked about with them, because
Hmm.
they have a lot of experience in matches with men. Do we ever think we will see intergender matches on a big stage like a WWE? And a lot of people were like, no, because the sponsors and everything like that. And even though it wasn't really like a full-fledged match per se, do you see WWE doing more matches like that with believable, I hate to say believable, but with I guess with believable characters like a Rhea Ripley or a Belair or a Raquel Rodriguez? Can you see WWE, if done tastefully, experiment with these matches, these intergender matches a little more often, not that mixed tag shit?
For right now, I'm gonna say no, and the
Okay.
reason I'm gonna say no is because well, we have to understand why we saw Tozawa versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Again, it was because of what happened, that led to the Street Profits winning because of the distraction. Dominic getting the water or liquor thrown in his face.
Right.
Ripley being mad, walking up, punch, slap, basically just bitch slapping Tozawa. And then
Yeah.
the Profits messing with him, but her challenging him to a match and the crowd hyping it up. So it was
Right.
like, all right, that's a different circumstance. And Tazawa is somebody who's not really being built up as a top player in the company. So
True. True.
him taking so there's circumstances to what happened last night. And that was more of an entertainment and just kind of giving Ripley uh just showing her dominance, just showing what she can do. So I don't really look too much into that from last night as far as a future thing to go, because my thing is, you got to make it right, you got to make the story right. That was a nice kind of on the spot kind of thing that they did, but you're really gonna have to really be very clever with this story,
Yeah.
because one, I don't think nobody's gonna want to not be believable in the match. No man is want to hold back too much, even though you'll always have the, well, I don't really want to hit a girl, but that's going to grow tiring after a while.
Yeah,
So you can't play that card so much. So it's like, and then you don't just want to just not because you don't want to hit her that she just beating you up.
yeah.
That's going to play out. Nobody's going to want to watch that. So you got to be very clever about how you could do that. But I don't think it's anything they're going to do right now. I think that was kind of a one off for right now,
Yeah.
and maybe they'll revisit it later on. But yeah, you definitely got to get the right scenario and the right people that want to do it. And then maybe we can see, but I don't see it being something that's gonna be like it's not gonna be a normal. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
like tonight you got Rhea Ripley going up against Seth Rollins. And like no, you're not gonna see it like every night, but you may see it
Right.
every
Right.
once in a while. But for right now, I think that's the extent of what we're gonna get.
All right, man. And after that, so we get another we get a recap of Lashley versus Rollins last week, with Lashley supposedly getting fired from Adam Pearce. Then we get a tag match, man. We get the OC versus the Alpha Academy. The OC wins. But then shortly after they got their asses whooped by the Bloodline. That was a common theme throughout the night. Bloodline coming out wreaking havoc. Then we get Becky Lynch, man. We get a segment with her. We get Alexa Bliss. Okay. She's
Hmm.
been teasing it. She's been teasing it. She's been teasing it. And then so okay, let's set up the stage. Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Byron Saxton, the EST WWE Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, having a backstage segment. Byron's pretty much asking Alexa, like, what happened last week? And Alexa says, you know what? Nobody understands. Bray, the Fiend, he had me, he got it in my head, and then he just left. And then, now I was left to deal with the repercussions. And Belair wasn't having that. She said, she wasn't going for it. And then it looked like when Alexa and Bianca was going to walk off and everything was going to be what it was, Alexa Bliss grabbed that vase and cracked the EST in the back of her shit. Bro,
No, man, you're leaving out the key part.
what?
There was a twitch on the monitor.
There
The
was.
monitor. There
There
was a
was.
twitch on the monitor that showed the little symbol, and that always triggers her. And
Hey,
that
one
happened right as Byron was saying what he said, and that's when she just all of a sudden just grabbed that face and bow, and then walked off. I said, "Oh, that was genius,
I got a question
genius,
for you. Did you notice when Seth Rollins?
genius."
Did you notice when Seth Rollins came out and he was talking during his promo? It was a glitch too. Did you notice that in the middle of his
I
promo?
mean, I didn't notice that, but I didn't notice it because with Seth, I don't really see I didn't really see the connection of it, but with Bliss, it's like with her, I'm always looking for it. I'm looking
Yeah,
for it more when she's around because it's like, all right, something's about to happen, and then
yeah,
you catch it. It's like, oh shit. But I haven't really. I mean, the glitch could just be the glitch of them getting ready to prepare, especially after seeing what happened on SmackDown last week. So
yeah,
they could just be getting ready to form, or whatever. But yeah, no, I like the way that Bianca questioned her, on everything. Like, I don't really believe you. Like, look, I don't really expect you to believe me. Like, I know what I went through. And yeah, and Bianca understood, but yet still she felt something was wrong,
right,
and that just made it even better. At first, that was just perfect, man. The little glitch, she just bow, just back
yeah.
there, and then walk. That was good. I liked it. I liked it because now it brings more intrigue to their match that we're gonna get in 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah. All right, man. And then after that, dude, I'm gonna tell you now. I don't care to talk about it. Feel free. Well, I guess we kind of got to. Damn. All right. So
What's
we had
up?
a winner take all ladder match with Miz and Loomis. Loomis ended
Uh,
up losing due to interference from Bronson Reed, but that ain't what I want to talk about. The hell with the match. I want to talk about Bronson Reed, man. The re-debut of Bronson Reed. You and I, we was talking about this earlier. Dude, absolutely no reaction from the crowd. And again, it isn't anything to do with him, but it's just, dude, I feel like this was too big of a return. And it was, again, another underwhelming return during the Triple H era. What do you think went wrong?
well, the fact that no one knows who he was. and you still got to remember this is a WWE audience. If this was AEW, it would be a little different because when they see certain people, especially since he went to New Japan and kind of had a nice little run there, uh, it hits different when it's there or TNA. But for WWE, he didn't really make it that far through NXT. Like he made it, he was in there far enough, but by the time he finally got, finally found his niche for his character, and he had a nice little run with the North American title for a minute, but he didn't really do too much after that. And then he got released. So it wasn't like he was somebody that was making a lot of like a big impact in NXT. He was just really kind of getting started, and then they had just let him go. And then of course he started doing what's going on, Kevin. Hey, Kev, want to know, man, what's your finishing move, man? You're in a match. You need a move to win. What's your finishing move? But I feel like people didn't really Bronson Reed didn't really he didn't get a chance to really get himself over like people liked him, but again, it took him a while to really become the guy that people respected at that moment in time. Um, and when he came out, nobody knew who he was. It was dead because even if a handful of people knew who he was, it still wasn't enough. And I, the problem and the question that I have is what is he going to do after this? So now he's going to be the Miz's lapdog. Wasn't that just Tommaso Ciampa not too long ago?
Yeah,
And they was doing okay, but Ciampa's been off TV for a while, or he's been doing whatever he's been doing. So I don't know, man. I just feel like he's bringing people in, which is cool, but unless you do something. I mean, we asked this earlier. You said Karrion Cross. He's kind of had a bit of a bigger name, but I still feel like that first main roster stint kind of just
yeah,
it really did something bad for him. And
yeah.
now he came back against Drew. They had that match. He won the match. He lost the match, but and now he's going after Ray. I, I mean that may help him because he's going after Ray, but
Right.
a lot of disappointment because a lot of people they didn't have faith in them or they just don't know who they are or how good they're going to be, and it's going to take a while for some of them. I think one or two may have a good early run, but some of them, man, it's going to take them a minute, and I don't know if they're going to make it.
All right, man. So after this, we get Seth Rollins. And Seth
Right.
Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary, the legend himself. Seth Rollins says Mondays don't belong to Roman. They belong to
Oh.
Seth freaking Rollins. And in the middle of this, man, out comes Austin Theory. And Austin Theory says, hey, look, my time is now. The Austin Theory here. It's forever. Out comes the Usos and the bloodline. And they look like, Seth like, hey, you know what? We're going to put all that on hold. Bump that. You and I, man, we got to take care of business. Theory said, nah, bro, you on your own. And Seth Rollins was left there, man, to get picked apart by the bloodline. But I want to talk to you about this.
Mhm.
Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. Do we does Seth put over Theory convincingly? Are we finally done with the shenanigan wins for Austin Theory? Can we buy Austin Theory beating Seth cleanly, believably?
Yeah, because nobody really cares to see Seth wins the United States Championship. Let's just be honest, man. The Royal Rumble's coming up. We don't care for this. We understand the assignment.
Yeah,
Theory needs this type of win to build himself up. His new character. This is his new, more serious, driven character.
yeah,
And a win against Seth Rollins would do good for him moving forward. I don't think people care for Seth Rollins to win the United States Championship. Will it be cool? Will they cheer because he beat Theory? Sure. But let's be honest, bro. We want to see him in the main event of
yeah, yeah.
something fighting Roman Reigns for that championship, especially after this beatdown. We definitely now more want to see that. So honestly, man, and even if you want to still give me Bobby as the reason why, that's fine. Whatever. Don't care. Seth doesn't need to win. Let Theory win. Let him do what he do. Let him build himself up. And you figure out something for Seth moving forward. That's more than just the United States Championship.
Earl says, I like Theory, but it's just too much too soon for me.
I don't because it's the whole Vince build. Like I think right now we're gonna still need time, Earl. We're gonna still need some time, man. We're gonna still need time with Theory. But I think he'll come around though. You once you start to see there's more seriousness about it, and because he kind of dropped the goofy selfie kind of the image, and he dropped that. So now he's a little bit more methodical, and he's thinking more. So let's give him some time. Let's give him some time because
Yes.
we know he's good in the ring.
All right, and then so we finish off with the main event. We get the man. We get Becky Lynch versus Bailey for the first time in 4 years. Match was pretty good, pretty good. Uh, of course, Bailey, she's been on a little bit of a downward spiral when it comes to win
Mhm.
loss records and the whole damage control faction. Of course, you can't have your champions just out here losing. I mean, they're not the Iconics. Wink, wink, message. But I will say this, bro. Damage control did what damage control does. Bailey ended
Mhm.
up picking up the victory. But
Mhm.
the bigger question for me to you is this: WrestleMania, Hollywood, 4 months away. Where do we see Bailey? Where do we see Becky Lynch in terms of placement on the card? Who's where?
Uh, there.
I know. I was struggling with that one too. I was like, I don't know if I see either one of these with two women in the title picture. I mean, I think I
they,
personally want to see
they
Bailey.
could be. Yeah, they could be, but I'm going to say maybe Bailey,
Yeah,
just for the simple fact she's been out the longest, just got back and hasn't held a championship. So there
yeah,
may be a good chance she may end up getting a championship. Uh, but if Ronda's going to hold on to the belt till
damn, I
Mania,
forgot she was the champion. Shit.
and if Ripley somehow gets the belt
Yeah,
at Royal Rumble, if she don't get it at the Royal Rumble, I feel like she's taking it at WrestleMania. Now the question would be who she go after. Uh, but then even then, I feel like Bailey's the one that should get a championship run. But by the time she gets it, Damage Control ain't gonna be the other two ain't gonna be women's tag team champions because they'll
yeah.
probably lose by that point in time. So yeah, I'm gonna say Bailey.
Okay,
I feel like it may be Bailey.
okay. Well, as far as the match card itself go, that's it. Uh, I know
That's
you
it.
and I. We said we're gonna make this quick. We done bullshit and still got under 25 minutes. High five. Hey, hey, why not add a scissor? But with that being said, man, hey, look, that's all we got for you. It was a very uneventful Monday Night Raw, as you can see, which is why
Oh,
it's Tuesday.
in other non wrestling news, Mandy Rose has made a $500,000 since being
Five
fired.
hundred bands. Woo! Look here, let me tell you. If I didn't have a marriage to uphold, I may just see what she uploading. But nope. Can't get me.
I'm like, man.
Uh
So
yeah,
it's
five
gotten
hundred.
better for her. Oh,
Five
okay.
hundred.
All
Uh,
right.
500. I don't even know if she was making that much on a contract, period.
They say they well, I think the contract might have been about 500,000 a year. She was making that. She was making at least 250 a month, and then she ended up making 500,000 since making it fire. Like you was
Bruh.
already making 250,000 a month.
And you
Like
gotta
damn,
think
that's
about it,
what you was
bruh.
bringing
Yeah.
in.
And I think that's when she was, and that was her only charging what, $25 a month.
25,
So now you just
25,
shot it up to what,
$30.
40? Bruh. And that's still cheap. Like compared to bruh. Somebody gonna spend $40 to see Mandy Rose on a monthly basis. If you're gonna spend $13 for Netflix and probably don't even watch a damn movie the whole month, you're spending 40 for Mandy Rose intentionally. So, bruh, good God, up 500 racks, bruh. Hey, God damn. I ain't gonna lie. If I was her husband, I wouldn't be mad either. Or fiance,
I
whoever. I'm like,
mean, hey,
keep on,
man. Come on, we're
keep
gonna
on.
do another video.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, that was just, but that's just some side news, you know. I just wanted to throw that out there, man. But
500 grand.
nah, man. But tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all
Yeah.
already know what that means. So you know it's gonna be that AEW Dynamite, man. As we got I know there's some matches going on. I don't ask me to repeat what the matches are. I can't think of it off the top of the dome, but I know it's Wednesday. I know it's Dynamite, and you know what? Your boy's gonna have to give you that nice little Wednesday night special, Wednesday night block party, man. So yeah, don't worry about it, man. You just make sure y'all got on the notifications, man, and y'all tune in so we can do what we do and we can chill and do that with y'all, man. All right,
Holler if you hear me.
Yeah.
there it is. There
Yep.
it is.
No. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, as yours truly, I am the 29-year-old piece of gold. He is King Too Cold. And until tomorrow's Wednesday night block party, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.